If you're looking to sell or buy cheap CSGO skins, check out bitskins.com. Hello, welcome to Hatton Games. Today we're going to be breaking down a round between Envyus and Mousesports on Inferno. Envyus go for a relatively fast A site execute with a total of 4 smokes for quad, pit, in arch and the arch cutoff smoke. Together with 2 pop flashes they take over top middle and split up with 3 going arch and 2 going quad. At arch they pop flash through their own smoke towards library and catch out Chris J with the AWP. At the same time, the 2 players pushing quad also flash through their smoke and pressure site and pit. The push happens so fast that the site is fully taken over and the last CT in pit is caught with a flash in hand, thinking he has more time to play with. The fact that Envyus put both the in-arch and cut-off smoke is really clever, as it can easily be turned into a B split through CT spawn, and the pressure on the CT playing arch to get the right call is enormous. A key smoke in this strategy is definitely the pit smoke, which allows the 3 players from arch to wrap around and clear out the site safely without being put into a long distance aim duel, slowing things down. Apex is one of the 3 Envy members that is hitting arch side. He throws the arch cut-off smoke and is the first one getting pop flash through middle. He also throws the flash to push through the cut-off smoke and proceeds to clear site, but most importantly pit, where they had info on the remaining CT. Keo is the second player up arch side and throws the smoke for inside archway. He manages to get the frag onto Chris J in library and then clears the site to focus on pit. Once pit is clear, he holds the angle over to library and ends up trading the kill on Dennis to close out the round. Kenny is the third and final player on the arch push. He throws the smoke to block off pit and simply follows everyone up to clear the site and focus on the one part of pit that isn't smoked off. Once pit is clear, he holds arch and unfortunately dies to Dennis. MBK throws his smoke to cover quad and then a flash for top middle. He is the one with the bomb and it's his job to push through the quad smoke with Happy and pressure both site and pit. At the start of the round, Happy goes from second middle into Vietnam in order to face middle. It's much safer doing it this way, as if he goes straight up middle, he risks getting picked off by an early aggressive AWP. He makes a little bit of noise on banana just to give the illusion that someone is actually holding there for any pushes, and then proceeds to set up his pop flash for top middle. He then throws his last remaining flash towards quad in order for him and MBK to push through it safely. Happy's role here is to pressure both site and pit and get a trade kill should MBK go down. Once everything has been cleared, he uses a smoke that he still has on quad and gets an easy kill onto Gob B. From Chris J's perspective, he sees the smokes falling into both the cutoff point and the archway, and he makes a decision to hold from library. He tries to make a play and get behind the smoke towards the site, but the flash stops him from coming out all the way and he ends up going down to Keo. As you can see, these smokes totally negate his AWP and forces him into close range engagements no matter what position he chooses to hold. Spiddy sees the pit smoke being thrown and instantly throws his smoke for the apartments. He jumps up onto the dildo not because he just likes it, but because he can actually get an angle onto MBK and Happy pushing quad. Unfortunately, he fails his spray and drops back into the pit to throw a Molotov onto short. At this point, he isn't really doing anything as his position is cornered off, but Apex is already pushing up from arch and gets the drop on him. Next is playing the balcony position and is anticipating a pop flash from middle. He tries to go for a peek while Spiddy is facing from pit, but falls off into the pit and is out of position. This is actually a really big misplay, as the balcony position on this strat is probably the strongest to defend from. You can get multiple challenges in before falling back into the apartments for the retake. It also didn't help that Nick still had all of his utility left when it was very clear that an execute was happening. So in general, very bad nade management coming from the Mousesports side.